But you're wrong if you think that the joy of life comes principally from human relationships. God's placed it all around us. It's in everything, in anything we can experience. People just need to change the way they look at those things.
2 weeks after leaving Alaska, Christy and I made it to one of our favorite states, California. We didn't have much traveling left together as she was heading home soon, so we wasted no time and drove straight to one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and a place Christy had never seen before, Yosemite National Park. It was the best thank you present I could put together with the measly amount of cash I had left, and the anticipation that filled the van as we cruised down into the valley was priceless. So as you catch that first glimpse of El Capitan, the childlike wonder that twinkles in the eyes is unbeatable. It's almost like I got to relive it for the first time too, resurfacing in my mind the idea that happiness feels more alive when shared, because there's few things in life like sharing your joys with the people whose presence brings you joy. But more on that to come. For now, it was all about soaking up my final moments with my favorite person in one of our now favorite places.
We once sang retrograde, we'd shake the frame of your car. Now I know your name, but not who you are. It's all okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love, you got all my love. I'm still out here with the pills and the dogs. You need me, dear, I'm the same as I was. It's all okay.
Thank you, Lord and Mother Nature, for this meal, this movie, this view, and this company. We're grateful, we're blessed.
You got all my love. Make me a list of how it is, of how it was, of how it has to be. You burrowed in under my skin, what I'd give to have you out from me. But I still recall how the leather in your car feels.
Yosemite wrapped the bow perfectly on the gift that it was traveling with Christy. Our days were filled with long hikes, skinny dipping sunshine, good sandwiches, and even better views. It was a complete dream come true, an all-natural high, making it even harder to grasp how fast the past 2 months had gone by. But they did, as time does, leaving me alone with nothing but cherished memories, the only currency we actually take to our graves.
Okay, there ain't a drop of bad blood. So my love, you got all my love.
What do you think about living in a van so far? Hey, anyone tell you look pretty today?
I'm the same as
I might pass out.
it's all okay. There ain't a drop of bad blood. So my love, you got all my love.
How you feel?
Went really fast.
Got all my love.
You only know what you got till it's gone. My first night alone in Ophelia. Alone, no Prid, no Christy. Nobody I know. I mean, it's wild that we even exist. It truly is. But I like to lean into the idea that everything is going to be okay. And everything has been okay. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist if it wasn't. So, I don't know.
I'm alive!
Alive and young and free, just the way we all wish it could be, right? Except in this moment, I wasn't free. I was caught in a perpetual loop of searching for something that cannot be found. Something that feels as if it doesn't even exist because the moment you try to grab it, label it, define it, it's gone. Poof. Right out of thin air, slipping just between your fingers, providing the illusion that you had a grip on it, but you never did and you never will. And the more you try, well, the more you might end up like this. I just can't deny the uneasiness that I feel. The voice that lingers in the back of my brain telling me, you gotta do more, you gotta do more, you gotta do more, and you gotta do it now. Maybe I am just a hungry ghost. Maybe it doesn't matter what you do. Maybe it's about how you do it. Because what comes from the doing doesn't really make you feel any much different. But that's it from Crowley Lake here in California. Peace.
I sit up here, 12,500 feet up, and there's not a soul in sight. Just me and the crows.
Imagine that all of your dreams came true. You got everything you could ever want. How much different do you feel? How long does that feeling last? And how long until you go on wanting something else?
Maybe it's all a miracle. Maybe you don't need a view like that to see the magic. Maybe the magic is right here. Maybe it's right here. Maybe the magic is right in front of your face. We're just looking somewhere else for it. You can't find it. You can only see it. Feel it. Be it.
I have everything that I could ever want, yet I always catch myself looking externally for more. Is this moment not enough? When will enough be enough? Does the sole joy of human existence come from sharing moments, time, experiences with others? I can't help but think it might. Life is a hard thing, it's a very wild thing, and it doesn't seem like you can or will ever figure it out. That the truth will never be told, therefore the only truth seems to exist in your perception. The stories that you tell yourself about this existence. And many a man tells himself lies, hoping things will change, but nothing changes if nothing changes, so maybe it's not about doing anything different, chasing something better, or going somewhere new. Maybe it's all internal. Maybe the story within has to change before the story without ever will. Maybe isolation is the unwanted gift man must experience to have the time and space to go to a depth within himself that he cannot get to amongst the typical noises and distractions of the outside world. With no person to ease him, no foods to comfort him, no drugs to sedate him, and no digital world to get lost in, man is but left with the only thing he can never get rid of, his mind, his perception, his self. It is at this place where the foundation is set, where the magic must be seen or it likely never will. Nobody wants it, but we all need it, the unwanted gift.
Look at this shit, boy! Look at this shit, boy!
My time in the Eastern Sierras was more than what I could have ever asked it to be. But before I said goodbye to these pristine peaks, there was one last thing left to do.
It's incredible.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Holy shit. I'm convinced that nothing is impossible if you move slow, breathe deep, and believe in it, baby. But what do I know? I'm just a naive 24-year-old kid hiking mountains, broke as shit, fucking rich and experienced, I'll tell you that much. What's it gonna take for you to start living the life you wanna live? Doing the things you wanna do. Doesn't mean you gotta climb 14,000 foot mountains or live in a van or do any of those things. Do what speaks to you, what calls to your spirit, what lights your fire from within. Our world is in dire need of it. Look around, look how many sad souls you see out there. Be someone who lifts souls up, who awakens them and says, come on, look at this shit. Look at this shit, we're alive.
As the cold November air crept its way in, I knew it was time to say goodbye to the mountains for now. They had elevated my spirit as they usually do, and I left walking 2 inches off the ground and at peace with my isolation. I headed towards the coast to begin editing the Alaska video and to explore a few places I had yet been to.
You remember sitting there on a rainy night in a well-used chair, telling me how well you used to dance. The western wind will come again and make you feel like you did when all those cowboys didn't stand a chance. You said this life took most of you, but gave you twice and the day was through. You said it all turned out awfully fair. So tell me tales of all the times and all the seasons you got by, breathing in that cold November air when no one was there. When no one was there. When no one was there. Two kids by 23 and the sunsets you'll never see. You were yelling supper from the yard. And they grew old and sailed away, called you on phones from far away, wrote you novels on postcards. And all you ever wanted was to see your children fly, maybe one day a pair of stars. There ain't no leaving the small town this evening, you can't even drive your own car through November air. November air, through November air. Dear Ma, how's it going? Was the weather fair last week? Dear Ma, they were wonderful, all the sights you'll never see. Dear Ma, if I could hold you, I'd grab you by the arms, tell you what it means.
Sometimes we gotta get away from the noise, get away from the crowds, figure out who you are, what you're about, what you want. I don't know. At the very least, we all just need a little bit less noise in our life. At least I do. A little bit less noise. More peace and quiet, more silence, more reflection. Richer moments, richer minds. From there, richer pockets.
It is said that muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone, and with the noise of our modern world, it's easy to never allow the murky water of your mind calm itself enough to be cleared. And before you know it, you're living a life you heard was right for you from a world you thought cared about you, but deep down you know this isn't the case. As your soul silently whispers, trying to guide you, then your phone dings and the TV sings and you'll say, I'll listen to it later, which is the lazy man's way of saying, I don't want to listen, I'm addicted to this noise. And you are, we are, everybody just wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen to their soul nor each other, yet we wonder why we feel so alone in this hyper-connected world. And it seems it's because each of our minds are clouded with noise, and isolation may just be a medicine to that sickness. Plus, the moment you step away is the moment you may realize how beautiful what you have is, especially the people in your life, because a mountain view is one thing, but to take it in with your best friend, lover, mom, dad, or brother is another. So here I stand in the desert of Southern California with a mind much clearer. Thanksgiving is getting nearer, and the one thing I can't help but hear are the last words of a dying man who tasted in isolation few of us will ever understand. Happiness only real when shared. And then I got a phone call.
Hey, Logan, it's Dad. Hope all's well. I got a cabin up in the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina for Thanksgiving. I think the whole family's going to be there, so we'd love to have you there. Let me know. Love you, bud. Bye.
Until it brings you home.
kind of, for Thanksgiving. My second home, Tennessee. Regardless, home is the people, not the place. Good morning. It's a nice, chilly, colorful morning here in the Planet Fitness parking lot in Bentonville, Arkansas. Everyone's on their way to work. It's Tuesday morning. I'm just out here living. It's great. I'm working too though. I'm just not getting paid yet. It's a big yet with a capital Y. I'm heading towards Nashville today. It's the first time I'm going back to Nashville since I left back in June. And I'm excited because Nashville is kind of where I was able to really cut out all the distractions in my life and just focus in on the vision that I had that I'm living right now. So it'll be cool to go back and just reflect. I'm also gonna pop into my jiu-jitsu gym, 10th Planet, for a 10-round Tuesday. They don't know I'm coming, so it'll be fun. It's a great day to be alive. I hope you guys are pursuing something that you want to pursue today, even if it's for an hour. Sometimes you just gotta take one little step every day until those steps get bigger. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just cold, hungry, ready to go get a coffee and hit the road, baby. Let's do it.
We're both throwing smoke into the night. It's raining, I suppose you need a ride. She said, I've got nothing to do, neither do you. There's a place down the road where we can waste the whole afternoon. I overheard that she was 19. She's got a fake ID and a nose ring. Those kind of girls tend to know things better than I do. And I'm dying to figure out what she's hiding. Just playing it cool, but she's
So I'm back in Nashville, back at 10th Planet. It's a Tuesday, 10-round Tuesday, about to pop in. Things in life that are as cozy and just welcoming as seeing the people that you cherish that you haven't seen in such a long time. So
feels like a night to carry a tune. I've been carrying yours since you wrecked my room, and I've got nothing to do, and neither do you.
hello.
So we chase Jack.
Come here, baby.
I overheard that she was 19. Got a big idea and a nose ring. Those kind of girls tend to know things better than I do. And I'm dying to figure out what she's hiding. She's playing it cool, but she's lying better than I do.
I don't think happiness is only real when shared. I think it's more so amplified when shared. Because you can definitely have happy moments, and you should be able to have happy moments when you're totally alone, totally isolated, as you die alone. But at the same time, if you can find people who love you and that you love, and you could share experiences with them, that will just amplify the happiness. So, just something to think about. Cheers. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. How was it?
Forks clank against ceramic plates as conversations with full mouths take place. It's the fourth Thursday of November and we were all thankful to be right where we were. That's the silly thing about life. The richest moments seem to be the most fleeting and you only know what you have until it's gone. Because even if you try to bottle a moment up, you can't. A moment is a moment until you try to make it otherwise. So you only know what you have till it's gone, and for a while I was away from these beautiful people, but that time away only made this time together more vibrant, more alive. Almost like through isolation I learned loneliness, and through loneliness I understood the value of togetherness. And I now saw everyone from a fresh lens, allowing me to love them just how they are, because how they are is who they are, and you love people because of who they are, not who you think they can be. So it was the fourth Thursday of November, and one I will forever remember. Not because happiness only feels real when shared, but because I was surrounded by the one thing we all want, the one thing we all need, the one thing that transcends all known things: love.
Baptize me in a bottle of bean for